Hello, humans of planet Earth. Welcome back to JRE in a nutshell. Today we have a pretty funny interview with Tom Green. Haven't seen him in a while. It's been really cool to find out what he's been up to in the last decade, basically. And please stay until the end for the quote of the day, so you can find out how influential was Tom Green into the development or the inspiration of the Joe Rogan experience. Pretty interesting. But first, as usual, please like, subscribe, press the bell, and all that cool shit. And also tell your friends. I'm in this all social media, whichever you like the most. Please follow and share. Thank you. So let's start. We start talking about his van life, especially during COVID, where he spends months and months by himself with his dog, just driving across the deserts of the US, down Arizona, New Mexico, and all that stuff. So pretty fun to know that that's how he spent his lockdown. I guess we all spend it differently. Of course, we speak about stand-up. They both do stand-up, so there's sprinkles of stand-up here and there. They speak about writing, about style, been drinking on stage, and a lot of other things related to stand-up in the whole conversation. But they talk a lot about Norm Macdonald, rest in peace. He's definitely missed for people who like stand-up. And yeah, everything that Norm Macdonald meant for stand-up as a Canadian also, since Tom Green is also Canadian. Very cool. So then he talks about moving out of LA and back to Canada and buying a farm, and how he became a farm guy now, and he has chickens and all that shit, and now he writes Mules, and we learn a fuckload about mules for some reason. Not necessary information, but pretty interesting. Mainly, actually, this is something that I knew, but I didn't know that I knew, that mules are the mating of horses and donkeys. When I heard that in the show, I was like, oh yeah, I think I read that somewhere. But yeah, that's only the surface. They go deep on mules. It's hilarious. Of course, Canadian politics. Tom Green invites Joe to come up, and he's like, fuck that, because we have. It's not true though, right? So this motherfucker and all of his of course, draconian rules and all this shit. They speak a little bit about the trucker convoy and all that shit that happened during the lockdown. Also, Tom goes to explain how he fucked up his foot in Costa Rica. Pretty, well, fucked up, honestly. So that's pretty interesting. And then we finish with Joe talking about how influential he was for the development of the Joe Rogan experience. So all in all, pretty cool interview. I would give it 3.5 nuts. It was pretty funny and interesting, and as I said, it was cool to know what Tom Green has been doing all these years. So of course, besides all these topics that I mentioned, all of the topics are down in the description with the timestamp. And I want to also make clear that I have no association with Joe Rogan or the Joe Rogan experience. Links, sources, descriptions, all down. And as I said at the beginning, please stay for the quote of the day. You're gonna love it. All right, so I'll see you next time. Peace.
I can't thank you enough, because being on your show in 2007 really was a big part of the inspiration to do this. And I would say you were a pioneer, man. You were out. You had figured it out before anybody. You had a full internet talk show running from your house, and when you had me as a guest on, it changed the course of my life, because it really did. Because it really was like, I remember like light bulbs just going off in my head. Like, why don't I do this? Why don't I do it? I didn't have the money to do this. So I started off with a laptop.
Yeah.
It was like the idea came out of you, man.
Well,